Hi, third grade. This is math for, where are we? We're on Thursday, the 2nd of April. And today we're going to do some more practice with long division and remainders. So the first thing I want you to do is get your math notebook out and turn to your term page. And let's take a look and add remainders as a term on our term page of definitions. This is how you spell it. Remainder. We've talked a lot about remainders, and basically in with your term, you want to just highlight the fact that it's what is left over. After we divide all the equal groups we can into our dividend and we get our quotient, sometimes there's those leftover numbers, and that's the remainder. And so if you could please log that into your term page so you have it. And I would like you to take a little bit of time today at the end of the day to review your terms and just continue to get familiar with them, because I am going to give you a little quiz on them next week, okay? All right, so if you need this longer, just pause it. We are going to do a practice remainder problem together just to refresh your memory, and then I will give you some problems to do in your notebook, okay? All right, so let's say we have 15 cards and we want to figure out how many cards can go into we want to have 4 cards into each envelope. So we're going to divide 4 into 15, see how many envelopes we can get, and figure out what the remainder is, what's left over, okay? So let's see, if 15 is our dividend, then we're going to put it underneath our diving board. And if 4 is our divisor, then we're going to put that on the outside. So this is how you are going to set up your problems, okay? This goes back to our song, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's how a quotient is found. So let's divide. 4 can't go into 1, so we go 4 into 15. Well, this is where we try to remember about our fact families. And what is a fact family multiplication that is close to this? Well, nothing times 4 that I can think of is equal to 15, but we can get really close with 4 times 3. So I'm going to put the 3 over the 15 because I cannot put it over the 1. 4 does not go into 1, right? 4 times 3 is 12. Now I subtract, and I get the number 3 is our remainder, okay? The remainder is a part of the quotient, so if you leave this down here, your answer is not correct. You have to bring the remainder up and write the R for remainder and put it with the quotient up top, okay? That's step 1. Now we are going to use the inverse operation to check our work, and I want you to do that with each question. The inverse operation of division is multiplication, so let's see. If we do 4, well, let's do, how do we want to do it? Let's do the divisor first. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, great. But since we have a remainder, we can't stop there to check it. We have to take our first step of multiplication and add the remainder back on to see if that matches our dividend. We've done this once before. All right, so we'll take that 12. We'll add that remainder. Our remainder was 3. And then we do get 15. Does 15 match our dividend? It does. If it does, then we did the problem correctly. So I will pause it and give you your list of problems, but for each problem, this is what I want you to do. I want you to first divide it with the diving board, get that remainder up top, it's part of the quotient, and then I want you to check your answer underneath with the inverse operation of multiplication, okay? Then you have to take the extra step of adding the remainder back on to see if the dividends match. Okay? If it's confusing for you, watch this part of the video again and it'll help you work through the problems, okay? All right, so I'm going to pause it and get you your work to do on your own. Right, be right back. Okay guys, here are your problems to work on independently. So copy these down into your notebook. Something that might be helpful that I'm finding helpful is since we're working so much in our notebook and you're going back to check them, you might at the top of the page want to write today's date, and I would call this division with remainders at the top so that when you go and check your work, you can find it easy in your notebook. I'm not sure if that's become a challenge for you or not. For me, I'm trying to keep track of what we're doing for each day, and that's helpful. So maybe when you're done working on these at the top of your notebook page, write today's date and that we're doing division with remainders, so you can check it with the answer key more easily. Make sense? Okay. So if you need more time to write these down, please just pause it and write them down. I want you to do the division. I want you to check it with multiplication, and then I want you to add that remainder back on to make sure that the dividends match. Okay, and that's it for now. If you have any questions, make a note of them for our Zoom meeting and we'll go over it together. Or if you don't want to wait that long, you can just email me with any questions, okay? All right, good luck.